Rampage, how do I earn more throughout the week here? Because my wife is very expensive. I got her in a big allowance. How do I earn more?
How expensive is your wife?
She's like 50 racks a month, man.
For real?
On a 7-11 salary, I can't cut it.
You can't cut it.
What do I do? How much overtime I got to do?
$50K a month?
Yes, she's very expensive.
Are you serious?
She's also very sexy.
I don't give a fuck. Ain't no pussy worth $50K a month. What costs $50K a month? Shopping?
She likes to get a bag every month. She has a Bentley that she likes to enjoy. That's expensive. And then she has her treatments, like there's Botox, there's filler, there's skin boosters. You know, there's her peptide stack. You know, there's her diet. There's all the clothing she likes to do online. Every day she has packages morning, afternoon, and night that arrive 7 days a week. It's expensive, man. All I do is provide for my wife. And I'm not even talking about kids. I don't have kids yet. Just her.
Can you imagine when you have kids? Wait till you have a daughter, too. You'll be looking at a good $75K a month. I got 2 daughters. Trust me, I know.
Seen a clip of Larry Wheels, and he with his wife, and somebody was telling me that most bodybuilders are cucks. I don't know if y'all seen that that movie with The Rock and Mark Wahlberg and Anthony Mackie, No Pain, No Gain. That was based on a true story, to be honest. And the more you think about it, I can see more bodybuilders being cucks. They take steroids that affects with their reproductive system, if you catch my drift. Click the link in the description, join the Patreon. It was some other stuff that, he was alleged exposed to, sharing his wife with other men, allegedly. Remember, she was coming on to Rampage Jackson. It was a guy that's quote unquote exposed him of him being a cuck. And I can never really understand that. I remember I was talking to this chick, and she asked me, can I watch somebody else have sex with her, with that, or the person I like? And I'm like, nah, that ain't for me. She said, I don't mind it, as long as you ain't sticking them more than you, better than you stick. Like, I don't do that weird shit. Like, people who go too far with orgies, gangbangs, and all, I'm good on that, dog. When you start to get that far sexually, dog, you burn. And I said it before, men can be sexually burnt out too, but that's a different conversation. But apparently he admitted to giving his wife a $50K salary. And what I always tell y'all, when y'all pay for a woman's time, bro, respect is gone, bro. No matter how alpha you are, how tall you are, when you pay for a woman to be with you, bro, that she don't respect you, dog. She don't respect you. And she constantly disrespected him, looking at Rampage. You can't buy a woman's attention. You can't buy a person's loyalty at all. Because if I have to buy your loyalty or buy your attention or buy you to be with me, what happens if somebody else willing to pay a little bit more or a lot more? But what happens if I don't have it? You know what I'm saying? And he's on the internet allowing this woman to consistently disrespect him, look at other dudes. That one dude he slapped, which I don't know if that was real or fake, who made a pass at his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, you that pressed for money, you that pressed for attention. Like, I just know for a fact that I'm never so pressed to be able to get on the internet and let somebody disrespect me or get disrespected in any way, shape, form that's similar to that. I'm never gonna get on the internet and disrespect the woman that I'm with on the internet. It ain't gonna happen. Even for joke, play, none of that. But them the games that he want to play. But you got to remember, this is part of the Larry Wheels reputation. You might be a phenomenal, bodybuilder. You might be phenomenal at lifting weights and all that type of stuff. But man, other men are gonna look at you as weak. Other women gonna look at you as weak. They gonna look at you as weak, bruh. And you don't really care about that. But when you pay for a woman's service, just leave it at that, bruh. Leave it, I'm just paying you to clap you, paying you, using you to get other women attracted to me. Leave it at that. This ain't love. Love don't cost a thing. When you gonna pay for her, she gonna upgrade you and y'all gonna be together. It's always gonna be about money. It's always gonna be about your money. And this is the story that a lot of these dudes really be having when they had these baby mama terrorists, shout out to the brother Mr. Palmer, they don't be telling the whole story. This was a chick that you had a young girl they was with. They paid for her. She got pregnant. They tried to make her a wife, but it didn't work out. And they paid for her time. And they married this chick and they paid for her. They was tricking. They fell in love with the sex, or they thought it could be something. He married her, and then she played him, running off with other dudes. And then they sit there and they cry and they be, oh, she played me. She was dishonest. It was a woman that was on the internet that said she told her husband, you pay all the bills, and the minute you don't have it, I'm leaving. He lost it, and she said she leaving. She paid the bills for a month or two, and somehow you gonna pay me my money back. But she said, I told this man, if he ain't paying all the bills and stuff, I'm leaving. Most guys that cry and the women that take advantage of them in child support court, they just not bitter women. A nice chunk of those women, they led with their pockets to get those women. Instantly, there's a part of a respect factor you will never get from that woman again. When your first interaction with that woman is you paying for that ass, leave it at that, bro. Now, you seeing her at the bar, buying her a drink or something like that, that's okay, cool. But when you outright pay for that ass, you can't make her your wife, you can't procreate with her, nothing like that, bro. In her mind, she probably just like, I wish I just naturally met this nigga, you know what I'm saying? I wish I naturally just, got with him. In her mind, but she already know. Come on, and a lot of these women, and matter of fact, I'm gonna put that video in there too at this point. There was a particular woman, she did a video.
I'm not gonna lie, I might be toxic, but one thing I will for sure do is leave a good nigga alone. At this point in my life right now, I'm not good. So when I meet a man that like genuinely wants to treat me good, one or two things happen. I be trying. I'm not gonna lie. I be trying to listen. But I don't listen. I don't listen, and I crash out, and I'm still hurt, and then I bring up my baby daddy for everything. And they don't be deserving that. They don't be deserving that at all. My little situationship had to come to an end because honestly, I'm crazy. I'm crazy, and I'm not ready for love yet. I'm not ready for love, and somebody who's ready for love deserves to be with somebody who's ready for love. People don't understand. When I tell y'all I'm emotionally aware, I'm really emotionally aware because this is really what I have to do. Like, it hurts. It really be hurting, but it's like, you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go because you know you the problem. Like, I know I'm the problem. I do. I do.
And she talked about how she runs across good men. And she knows she not healed. She knows she not shit. So she just ghosts them or leave them alone. And I've talked about that countless times. A lot of these women, they be sparing men. A lot of women that know they ain't shit, they will spare a man, bro. They really will. And it's not talked about enough. But a lot of these men, they sell themselves to these women. They talk these women into, oh, babe, don't worry about it. You selling pussy on Backpage on OnlyFans. I forget about your past, and I don't care about your past, and this is the future. I just want to be with you. I want to love you. I want to groove with you tonight on some Isley shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what they, and they sell the woman on she can change. The woman knows she can't change. And she tell the dudes like, nah, I don't want to do this. I want to do that. This ain't me. This is the way I am. Just and a lot of these dudes, I can overlook it. And they talk themselves into being with a whore, thinking she can change. She knows she can't change. And we all know whores and hoes, they can't change. That's in their DNA. And a lot of people out here will spare you being a good dude. A lot of women spare good dudes, bro. This is why you be like, damn, women don't like nice guys or don't like productive guys. In a lot of those situations, they know they holding you back. A real evil bitch will come into your life and see the potential you got and see you excelling and come in and stop all that motion. Evil bitches do shit like that. Evil women do shit like that. Every time you get up, they knock you down 1,000 points. Evil bitches. That's what I be trying to tell y'all, bruh. Women be like, nah, I'm good. Don't, nah, no, this ain't me. So if a woman, you get with her and she ain't talking about, y'all click, y'all hit it off, and she ain't talking about being your girlfriend, bro, take that as a hint. She don't never bring it up. She just cool in the situation she in. Take a hint. Because when a girl finds somebody she really like, she wants to be with you. She wants to lock that in exclusively. She wants to get that commitment. She wants to get that commitment as soon as possible. And them are the women that wants to be marriage eligible. Especially when they mark off the other boxes, which I'm not mad at marriage. As long as it's done the right way, but I'm not here to speak about that. But a lot of these women ain't as callous as you think they is. I talked about the story where the brother talked about he had a homeboy that went on a date. And a woman, has something you can't get rid of. And she spared him because he was a nice guy. She's like, this is one of the best dates I've been. Well, I don't know why she was dating with this, but she's like, one of the best dates I've ever been on, and I was gonna give it to you, but I ain't, give it to you because you're a good guy. I'm telling you, man, a lot of these women, that don't be willing to date y'all or don't want to marry y'all or something like that. A lot of times, a lot of it boils down. It boils down to them knowing that you a good dude, and I don't want to bring this chaos into this man's life. Believe it or not, a lot of times it boils down to I don't want to fuck this dude momentum up. And a lot of women come into your life and they might be like, you might convince them. Let's just we already talking about that. Women might come in your life knowing that they not wife material, knowing that they not girlfriend material, knowing that, your leadership, you going in the right way, but they not willing to be on your plan. They not willing to move and groove with you. They not willing to do the things to be a productive citizen and live right and create a union to be a strong household and create a strong bloodline and pass down generational wealth. They know that, but they'll come in and they'll try to talk themselves in. I can be in structure. I can be in discipline. I can do this. And they can't do it. They can't abide by rules. And this is why a lot of times their parents kick them out the house. A lot of times this is why, they in the position that they in. They broke. They don't have a house. They credit fucked up because they're just not disciplined. But a lot of women will convince themselves, if I get with this man, I can be disciplined. I can do this. I can do that. And I think I can. And they can't. Rarely is they able to do it, bro. They fuck up a good thing. The chaotic place that they're in their lives is where exactly where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to thrive and live and lose in chaos. I love a forerunner. That's just what it is. You can't change it. You can't change it, dog. But a lot of women will be honest with themselves and be like, you know what? I'm still fucking this nigga. I still got a baby daddy. I really love. I got children. I'm not gonna mess this guy. I'm not willing to do right. I know I'm not. And they'll keep it real. And this is why you be like, damn, what's wrong with me? I must be ugly. She don't want to talk to me. I shot her. She said no. She turned me down when I asked her for a date, even though it feel like we got a vibe. We click a little bit, but she's telling you that nah, I'll fuck your life up. Or I'm not in a good space right now. I don't want to be right now. Now, do some women believe at some point they hit that turning point and they can be a wife? Yeah, but it's no. And they deep down know that, you know what? I'll get a sucker nigga to be my husband down the line. They will. If they really want to get married. But a lot of women will spare good dudes. And this is why good dudes seem like they don't really win. In the short term or in the beginning. But a lot of the women that look good, the women that are extremely narcissistic in their looks, those are the worst women for you. They're trying to dress up an evil package. They're trying to dress up evil to look godly, to look heavenly. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised, bro. But you can't hide personality. You can't hide habits. You can't hide traits. You can't hide trends. Tell you that right now, you can't hide that shit. Respectfully. But, that is what it is, or it is what it ain't. Hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. Peace.